Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out, which are typically around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I would not be talking about all men. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself, because this video, I will only be talking about men who have a problem communicating with people. All right. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. All right, guys, today I'm going to be talking about 5 tips to help a man speak his mind to a woman without looking weak. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I get a lot of questions asking, hey, I need help with people. I need help talking. I need help communicating. I need help coming out of my shell. What do we do next? What's the next move? I know enough about women. What do I do next? One thing that I want to say for guys that are out there thinking like that is that I'm proud of you for asking questions like that. Because in this space that we are in, a lot of guys do not want to improve. That's just real talk. And I don't want too many of you guys taking this stuff personal either that I talk about in my videos. You have to realize words only hurt whenever they are true.
And the truth shall set you free.
So you always have to check yourself if what I'm saying hurts your feelings. But for those who want to come out of your shell, you want to learn how to talk, you want to learn how to be more confident, that's what we are here for. A lot of guys, they come here, they get stuck here, and they always want to see the downfalls of a woman. Seeing the downfalls of a woman is pretty much what runs the community, and it also gets the most views. But I have to give you guys these type of videos for my own consciousness, because this is typically the type of information that I would give you face to face. So today we're going to be talking about how to open up to talk to women, to speak your mind. And when I say speak your mind, I'm not talking about asking her for her number, asking her out. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about how you could talk back when she's talking to you like a little boy, when she's talking down to you and you're just putting up with it because you're scared of how you're going to respond. All right, let's get to it. First, like I just said, most of you guys are scared to speak your mind because you're scared what you say is going to be misinterpreted or shut down.
Don't be embarrassed. It's okay. It's okay to talk about sex.
That's one of the main reasons why you do not want to speak your mind, is because you're afraid that people are not going to agree with it. But let me tell you a little secret. Every day that people wake up, you're always taking a risk when you talk. Every person in the world is always taking a risk, even online. Nowadays, guys go to say stuff and women go to say stuff. You could get canceled overnight because most people are bots. If one person don't like you, but that one person that don't like you is connected to hundreds of thousands of people, the hundreds and thousands of people have a bot mindset. So if that person don't like you, then all the hundred thousands of people don't like you. So you have to look at the world where you have red pill people and then you have bots. The bots are gonna always disagree with you because they're connected to someone who disagree with you. But you may develop your own bots. You may develop people that agree with everything that you do.
I like it. Woohoo!
So you have to accept the fact that when you go to talk, there's gonna always be somebody that disagrees with you the same way that you silently disagree with people every day. Every time you pick up your phone, you watch one of these videos, or you look at news articles, or you're in the comments, you're reading what people say, you're watching news clipping, in your brain you're saying, that's not true, that's not there, maybe they should have did this, maybe they should have did that. So you have to think, you're constantly correcting somebody else.
He's wrong! You're wrong! The whole damn system is wrong! Ah!
Well, guess what? The difference between you and regular people is that regular people take the risk every day saying what they want to say.
I don't feel bad at all.
That's what you got to look at it. You can't look at it like, oh, I'm scared someone's going to shut down or misinterpret what I'm saying, so I'm fearing their reaction. No, it's a risk. You have to do it. It's part of life. Most people that are afraid to run their mouth, they're afraid to speak their mind, they just go along with what everyone else is doing, because as long as they have a sheep mindset, then it's easier just to hover around what everyone else is doing just to maintain calmness. Just like sheep, they group together to maintain calmness. No, in life, you have to be a risk taker with the words that you choose to come out of your mouth. What you have to do is just make sure you have a good argument. If you don't have a good argument, then typically you're going to get shut down. The more dominant you are as a person, the more you could be wrong and you will still try to convince everybody that you're right. The life is full of that too, where you have people that blatantly get caught in lies and they continue to just badger on, no, I'm not lying, badger on, no, I'm not lying, when everybody knows you're lying. So you have to understand, in life, just opening up your mouth and speaking is a risk to everyone, not just you. Next, you'll never find a way to say the perfect things. Never.
You're a smart guy. Clearly picked up some flashy tricks, but you made one crucial mistake. You forgot about the essence of the game.
You don't need to try to think perfectly, talk perfectly. Too many of you are looking for the big words to use so you can sound smart when you say stuff. I'm sorry to tell you this, but really smart people typically do not have a fun life because they're always overanalyzing everything.
I'm Native and I live with depression.
So one thing that you have to learn is you would never find the perfect way to say the right thing, because let's say you're using big words, but you're around people who don't understand them. You know what they're going to think? They're going to want to shut you down. They're going to misinterpret what you said because they don't understand the big words that you're using. So they'll be like, I don't want to hang around him, man. He think he better than us. He over here trying to act smart.
Why don't you go suck the fun out of somebody else's party?
That's what the average person is going to do. The average person needs common sense. And I tell people that all the time. I am not the smartest person. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a doctor. I'm none of those people. But one thing that I have done more than most psychiatrists, more than most doctors, and more than most people around here who are well accomplished is I've ran the streets.
That sounds like something a thug would do.
Period. I ran the streets. I've been around hookers. I've been around whores, but I've also been in the military. I've been to war. I done lived in Miami. I done lived in LA. I done lived in New York, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. I done been around the world. London. I done lived in Italy. Done lived in Elmendorf, Alaska. Done lived in Ramstein, Germany. I've lived around the world. I have the experiences as a person, and I know every country that I went to, nobody was worried about big words. They were worried about, can we communicate? They needed to know common sense.
That's how I got fired from Chinese restaurant.
You have to understand, Jay-Z got to where he's at with common sense. He never graduated from high school. 50 Cent got to where he's at with common sense. He never graduated from high school. You have to understand, common sense is going to get you a lot further than you trying to pretend to talk like you're smart or trying to pretend to talk like you just know what you're doing. The more you do that, the more people look at you like, damn, you're trying too hard, bro. When you're trying too hard, you're right. People are going to look at you and misinterpret what you're saying. They're going to misinterpret your moves, and all of a sudden, you're going to get funny looking faces on you.
I'm sorry, what?
Learn to just be a regular person and talk with common sense. But just don't talk illiterate. As long as you can make a basic connection with people, it'll take you a lot further than you trying to be combative with your words. So just learn to just talk. And when I say this, I'm saying this works with everybody, not just women. Next, making your problems known or what you want to say doesn't make you a bad person. One thing that you have to understand, every leader on the planet gains a big following because he says what they want to say that they are afraid to say.
You know, I've waited years to hear somebody say that.
So understand, you like me, Because I say that stuff that you want to say that you're afraid to say. It's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. It's the same thing with AMS, Steph's Code, Coach Greg Adams, BOA, everybody. We all say the stuff that you want to say that you're afraid to say. Shout outs to Fresh and Fit as well. So guess what? Just opening your mouth saying what you want to say, guess what? Somebody may be sitting around waiting to agree with you.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
The more people that agree with you, the more confidence that you're going to have. But you're not going to gain this confidence if you never open up your mouth. You have to stop and look at the alpha people in the world, the people that actually live the best life. They're not trying to convince you that they're smart. They're not trying to convince you of anything. They just find a way to relate to you and communicate with how they feel. So understand, don't look at being a bad guy, because a lot of bad guys in today's world is good guys to somebody. That's where you start taking the risk at. You have to find an audience that's going to agree with you. So understand, people are going to disagree with you, but it's not going to make you a bad person, because there is somebody waiting to say the same thing. Next, you're not supposed to stay closed off as a person. It's only going to create internal stress and self-blaming.
The heck was I thinking?
You will start to blame yourself for everything if you spend too much time alone with things boggled in. You have to get out and express those feelings to somebody. You cannot even, listen, you have to physically do this, bro, because you physically want to do it. You want to physically be able to get out. This is why, like, when I have call-ins and other people have call-ins, those guys that are sick of just holding it in, y'all click on them channels. Y'all go on the lives. You show your face. You say what you got to say, because it's part of your healing process. And a lot of you are more confident clicking on these videos to come in and talk to me during a live than you are talking to people in real life, because in this space, we're already relatable. Well, there's somebody in real life that's going to be relatable too. And when it comes to a woman, trust me, you better find a way to talk, because 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna get no woman talking. She gonna continue to run all over you. And the reason why I'm talking this to specific, just in general, is because when you fix this, women come easy. You have to understand, and I need you guys to understand this now. Women only play one type of guy, a lame. I'm telling you, they only play one type of guy, a lame. That's it. A lame is the only type of guys that women play. So you got to learn to talk your mouth and speak your mind, so you let women know, listen, there's dominancy underneath this. If you're unable to talk, all you're going to do is boggle in all that internal stress. You're going to self-blame yourself, and you're going to always be slumped into depression, afraid to say what you want to say. And then one day when you go to lash out, it'll ruin you. You'll turn into somebody that you've never been before. You know how many good guys have turned into gangbangers, and how many good white guys have turned into Nazis and stuff like that? How many people reach a point of depression and then they get around the wrong crowd and become somebody they never been before, all because they held in so much inner rage that all the rage built up and turned into anger rage. But if you learn to get it out when it first happens, or when you're first experiencing it, then you don't keep it boggled in for the whole year, and then you wake up and snap on people. This is why people go up in schools and malls and try to take a whole bunch of people out with them, because they have all that bottled up stress, and they're blaming themselves for not being part or able to fit in with the rest of society. Next, if you do not learn to speak your mind, you will get burnt out as a person. Your mind, body, and soul will get burnt out as a person. And this is how people turn into homeless people. And the only thing they want to do is wake up and die slow by taking drugs or drinking alcohol. That's what it's like to hold it in, when the only way it comes out is if you get drunk or you take some type of drug. That's the only way it gets out. That's why they say, like, alcohol is drunken words or sober thoughts. That's why a lot of people drink alcohol to say the stuff out that they're just holding in. But then you have people like me, I don't drink at all. And people would be like, yo, you got a drunk, like, you have a drunk mouth. You're not afraid to say what you want to say. Right. That's how you stay stress-free. That's how you stay stress-free. Hopefully I was able to help you in this video. That's just 5 tips to help you speak your mind without looking weak to a woman. This is Anthony Spade. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.